this is Robbie Parker, and I'm going to be doing my top 25 movies of 2025. So usually I just do a top 10, but I did a poll and everybody wanted a top 25, so I thought I'd go ahead and just do that instead this year, just to spice things up. So, which also works because there was a lot of really great movies in 2025 that I couldn't fit in my top 10. Like, I actually had a really rough time narrowing down my top 10 and everything because there were so many great movies out this year. So I'm going to go ahead and get going. Coming in at number 25 is K-Pop Demon Hunters. Now this is a movie that's on Netflix from Sony Pictures Animation. It did get a limited theatrical release, so I checked it out at the theater with my sister. And we both really like the movie. I think it's really good. It's really popular with kids and stuff, and I can see why. It's got a really good story. It's got a lot of depth to the characters and stuff. And each character has their own little arc and everything, and there's a lot of like dark themes and stuff in there for a family movie and stuff that they make it where adults can enjoy it too. And it's pretty good, and the songs are pretty catchy too. My nieces love the songs from this movie. They're always constantly singing the songs and stuff. I don't know if they've ever actually watched the movie, but they love the music from it and everything. So K-Pop Demon Hunters is number 25, and number 24 is A Very Jonas Christmas Movie. I really enjoyed this movie quite a bit. It's really entertaining and stuff. It's not like one of the best movies like this. There are a lot of Christmas movies where it's people trying to get home in time for Christmas and stuff. This is just the Jonas Brothers version of it, and it is really entertaining and stuff. As a fan of the Jonas Brothers, I got a lot of fun out of it. If you're not really a fan of them, this isn't going to do anything to win you over. It's not really going to be for you, but as someone who's been a fan of them throughout the years, gets their humor, gets them and everything, I really enjoyed what we got with this movie. I thought it was really entertaining. Has some really great music too, and everything. As a fan of the Jonas Brothers, I really enjoyed the Christmas songs and everything that were on the soundtrack and stuff, and of course some of their original bangers are on there as well. But this is a really fun movie and everything. Like I said, it's not the most original movie as far as these type of Christmas movies go. There's other ones that have done it better and stuff, but this one is still pretty good and everything. So A Very Jonas Christmas Movie is number 24, and number 23 is Flight Risk. Now I've seen this one on so many people's worst of the year lists, and I don't fully get it, but also I can kind of get it. Like I can get the ones that say that it's a so bad it's good movie, because I kind of do feel like it is kind of so bad it's good and everything. Mark Wahlberg is really over the top. Topher Grace is really good too, but I just really enjoyed this movie. These type of movies are the type of movies that I just love. Little B movies from the 90s and stuff. This is kind of like a throwback to those type of movies, and I just had fun with it. Is it over the top? Yes. Is it necessarily a great movie? No. Is it something you would expect from Mel Gibson to direct? Definitely not. But I think it was fine enough and everything. It's definitely not on the level of his other movies that he's directed, but it's still not as bad as some people say it is. It's still perfectly watchable. It just isn't like anything super memorable either. But it's a fun enough time, and I think that it deserves a little more credit than it gets and everything. And it made my top 25 and everything, which I didn't really expect it to be honest with you, but it did. So Flight Risk is number 23, and number 22 is Captain America Brave New World. I really love this movie. I think that this movie is very underrated. I don't think it deserves all the hate it gets. I can understand in some of the criticism, like why is this a sequel to The Incredible Hulk and everything when it should be a Captain America movie. I do get those criticisms and stuff, but it's still pretty good and everything. I loved finally getting to see Red Hulk, and getting to see Harrison Ford be the Red Hulk was just amazing. Like I never expected that when William Hurt passed away that he would be replaced with someone like Harrison Ford and everything. Like, no offense to William Hurt or anything, but I will say Harrison Ford is an upgrade. You can't go wrong with him, and he was amazing. He's my favorite version of the character that I've seen so far. Although I really like Sam Elliott a lot from the 2003 version as well, and everything. I think all three actors brought Thunderbolt Ross to life really well, and I think that Harrison Ford did a good job respecting William Hurt while also making the character his own. And he did a good job, and I just really enjoyed this movie. I know it's not the absolute best and everything, especially if you compare it to the other Captain America movies, but it's still really good though, and it's still really entertaining, and I don't think it deserves the hate it's gotten either. So Captain America Brave New World is number 22, and number 21 is Superman. Now this movie could have potential to move up on my list and stuff because I've only seen it once, and the one time that I did see it I dozed off towards the end of it, so I totally missed the ending of it and everything, so it could move up. But from everything that I saw, I really loved this movie. It was really entertaining. David Cornsweet is really great as Superman, and Rachel Brosnan, or however you say her name, she's really good as Lois Lane, and Nicholas Hoult is possibly my favorite version of Lex Luthor now. He's just absolutely perfect and everything. So it had a great cast. The writing was pretty good. James Gunn does have a lot of his James Gunn isms in there, but it still worked and everything with this movie, and it was still entertaining and everything. I don't know if I'd say it's the best Superman movie and everything since Christopher Reeves though. And everything, I don't know if I could say it was better than Man of Steel, but like I said, until I see the full movie, I can't fully give it a judgment. But I didn't want to exclude it just because I missed the last 10 minutes of it, because I did really enjoy everything I saw of it up until that point and everything. So Superman is number 21, and number 20 is The Pickup. This is a comedy with Eddie Murphy, Pete Davidson, and Keke Palmer, and it's another movie with Flight Risk that I see on a lot of people's worst of the year list, and I do not get it at all whatsoever. I thought this movie was absolutely hilarious. It was a ton of fun and everything. Pete Davidson could have been a little more energetic and stuff, yeah, but I thought he was just fine for this movie. This wasn't trying to be anything over the top extravagant or anything. It was just a fun little comedy, and these type of comedies are the movies that I miss going to see in the cinema and everything. They're not perfect movies and everything, but they're fun, and they have good little lessons in them and stuff, and characters that you like and root for and everything. All the main characters were likable and stuff, even Keke Palmer, they all made bad decisions and stuff. They were likable characters, and I just don't get the hate on this movie and everything. So it's number 20. And number 19 is Together. This one is pretty good too. It stars Dave Franco and Alison Brie as this married couple who their bodies start sticking together. It's like a body horror movie and everything, and it's got commentary on codependency and stuff like that. But it's a really, really good good little body horror movie and stuff. I'm not really into body horror because it just grosses me out most of the time, and there were some parts in here that just but it was still a really good movie. It has some awesome practical effects and stuff. Or if it was CGI, the CGI looked good. Whatever it was that they did to make them stick together, the visual looked amazing and everything. And it was a weird movie, but it was very, very good. So Together is number 19, and number 18 is Hard Eyes. This is another horror movie that came out early last year that I didn't expect to like near as much as I did. When I watched it on DVD, it had been past Valentine's Day. It was already actually fully close to Easter when I watched it. And I was like, wow, this movie was amazing. It was a lot of fun and everything. I really hope to get to see it again this year before Valentine's Day, so I can watch it around the time that the movie's set and enjoy it even more. But it was really entertaining. It kind of reminded me a lot of My Bloody Valentine from uh, the 80s version and stuff, but it wasn't exactly like that and everything, but it was still a really, really entertaining movie, and it kept you guessing. It has some cool twists and turns, and it's a good little whodunit slasher movie. So Hard Eyes is number 18, and number 17 is Zootopia 2. Now this is a movie that when the first one came out and stuff, I saw it and I really enjoyed it, but I thought it was a little bit overhyped. I wouldn't say overrated, just overhyped and stuff at the time that it came out and everything. And as the years went by and stuff, I've rewatched it, and it's really, really grown on me and stuff over the years. And I'm starting to come around to understanding why people like that one so much. And with this one, I actually understood the hype right away. This is actually one of the, if not the best Disney Animation Studio sequel of all time. It's definitely one of them. I think I could even say that it is the best one that Disney Animation Studios have done. I'm not talking about like Lion King 2 and stuff, because those were, the direct-to-video ones were done by Disney Toon Studios. Just ones that were released by the main Disney Animation Studios and everything. I think out of all the ones that they've released, Zootopia 2 is easily the best and everything. It's got a really good story. The mystery is just as good as it was in the first one, if not better. The snake character, voiced by Ke Huy Quan, is just really lovable. Of course, with him doing his voice, how could he not be? He's just a really lovable actor and stuff. But he's really lovable. The big villain twist and everything kind of copied Frozen, but also at the same time was unexpected. I think they did the Frozen twist a little bit better than Frozen did, although I will say Frozen's twist shocked me too. But I feel like that I was a little more shocked with this one. And this just was a good movie and everything. I really enjoyed it, and I hope we get Zootopia 3. So Zootopia 2 is number 17, and number 16 is The Housemaid. I absolutely love this movie. This one was another one that took me by surprise. I went in, I'd seen the trailers. I kind of expected it to be a predictable movie and everything, your paint-by-numbers thriller. And I was completely wrong. There are so many twists and turns throughout this movie. Like, every character has a twist to them and everything. And I love that. Like this was a very, very good thriller movie. It was the best one I've seen in years. Like, I really enjoyed it. It's not a full-fledged horror movie, but it's kind of got the thrills and the creepiness and suspense that keeps you on the edge of your seat throughout the whole movie and everything. The cast are great in here. Sydney Sweeney does a really great job as the housemaid, the main character, and everything. And then you got, I can't remember the guy's name, but he's really good too. I had never seen him in anything before, but he was really good. And then Amanda Seyfried, who plays his wife, is really, really well casted too. She's very over the top scenery chewing, but she is just great and everything. Everybody does a great job with this movie. So The Housemaid, I think on rewatch, has a lot of potential to move up. I don't know if it'll ever move into my top 10 because they're pretty much locked in, but this is a darn good movie. And I could see it moving up over some of the other ones. I'd have to rewatch a lot of these to fully decide on that, but yeah, The Housemaid, if you haven't seen it, I would highly, highly recommend it and everything. It's number 16. And number 15 is One Battle After Another. I absolutely love this movie. This is a really, really great movie from director Paul Thomas Anderson. He always gives us great movies and everything. Leonardo DiCaprio was absolutely amazing in here and everything, and I expected his performance to be good in this movie and everything. Paul Thomas Anderson always gets good performances from his actors, so I didn't expect it not to be good or anything, but I didn't expect it to be near as good as it was. He plays like this blue-collar dad type character that has a past and everything, and he's trying to protect his daughter, but he's just really, really good in this movie. And it's got a lot of other great cast members too. Tiana Taylor, she stands out quite a bit, if I remember right. And then also you got uh, Benicio del Toro and Sean Penn, who steals the show just as much as Leonardo DiCaprio does. Like, they are about on the same length wave levels and stuff. And I could easily see both of them getting Oscar nominations. And I actually kind of hope that Sean Penn wins and everything, because even though Leonardo DiCaprio was amazing, Sean Penn's villain character was awesome too. He's one of the best villains we've had in a long time. And I just absolutely love this movie. So One Battle After Another is number 15. And number 14 is The Long Walk. This is absolutely one of the best movies of the year too. Like, pretty much from Zootopia 2 and up, all these movies are ones that I'd probably give 5 stars and everything. Like, this was a damn good year for movies and everything. Most of these movies are ones that I absolutely loved, and The Long Walk is no exception. I absolutely love this movie. I'd go as far as to say this is Stephen King's best movie since The Green Mile. Like, it is amazing. Like, it has that coming of age feel because the characters are young and stuff, kind of like Stand By Me, and it has that friendship and stuff that you expect, like, from The Shawshank Redemption. It's like a mixture of the Stephen King's best stuff while also being heart-wrenching and stuff, because you know how this movie's going to end and everything. You know that only one of these guys are going to survive, and you love the characters and you don't want to see any of them die, and you have no choice but to watch them die throughout the whole movie. And it's just really, really good and everything. The story is pretty much just about this group of guys who sign up for this contest to walk this long walk where they go from one place, and I can't remember exactly where they're going from and where they're going to, but it's like a long distance walking, and whoever goes under a certain speed limit gets killed and stuff, and it's brutal and stuff, and it really has a lot of tension, and it keeps you on the edge of your seat, and it's a really, really great movie and everything. Easily one of the best movies of the year for sure. And I hate that it's at 14, but that's just how good of a year it was for movies. So Long Walk was number 14, and number 13 is Eddington. This is another one that I just absolutely loved. Ari Aster is just one of my absolute favorite directors working nowadays. Him and Robert Eggers, I think, are my two most favorites, but he is really, really good with movies. And when I heard that this one was going to be set during COVID and have a lot of stuff in recent times, and I was like, I just don't know if I'm going to like this movie and everything. Yeah, I was like, I don't really see why we need a movie set during COVID in this far into the, or this soon and everything. But the movie actually turned out really good and everything. Joaquin Phoenix was amazing in here, which he's always great and everything. I don't know if I'd say this was one of his very best performances for sure, but he was still amazing in it. Pedro Pascal is really great too. I think that he did a good job. And there was a lot of other really good people in here too, and everything. A lot of them had smaller roles like Emma Stone, but it's got a good cast. Austin Butler's in here too. But yeah, I really enjoyed this movie. I think it's a really good story about like this feud between the sheriff and the mayor and stuff, and it's really, really well done and everything, and I enjoyed it quite a bit. So Eddington is number 13, and number 12 is One of Them Days. This is a absolute awesome movie. I really enjoyed this one quite a bit. This one stars Keke Palmer, and I think her name is Cisa or something like that, but she's really good too. Both of them work really, really good together. It's a really funny comedy about these friends who at the last minute lose their rent money and have to go through all kinds of crazy stuff throughout the day to get their rent, or they're going to be kicked out of their house and stuff. And it's just a really, really entertaining movie from start to finish. A lot of laugh out loud moments. Some really great great casting, awesome characters that are really likable that you can't help but love and everything. And I heard this one's getting a sequel. I don't necessarily think it needs a sequel, but I'm not even against it because of how good this movie was and how good the chemistry between the two leads were and everything. I'd like to see them work together again. I don't know if we're actually going to get a sequel, but if we do, I'm down for it and everything. So one of them days is number 12, and number 11 is Roof Man. Now this one kills me because I really wanted it to be my top 10 because I feel like this movie is very, very good, and I don't think it got enough attention that it deserved and stuff when it came out. I know a lot of the critics that I follow liked it and stuff, but I just don't know like a lot of people that went out to see this one is everything. It wasn't like a huge hit like it should have been because it's a very great movie. It might be Channing Tatum's best performance. It's where he's playing this guy that robs places, and he's hiding out in a Toys R Us after escaping prison, and he builds this life with this woman and her kids, and he's living this lie and everything, and you know how things are going to play out and everything, and when it does start playing out, it just gets really, really sad and heartbreaking, but it's a really, really good movie, and it also kind of makes you think like about humanity and like sometimes good people do bad things and stuff. Not everybody that does bad things are bad people, and it's just a really good, got a lot of good heart and messages to it, and I just absolutely love this movie. And I've never been a huge fan of Channing Tatum, but after seeing this movie, I'm looking forward to whatever he does next because he really proved himself with me on this movie. He was amazing here and everything, so I absolutely love this one. So Roof Man is number 11. And number 10 is Sinners. Now this is a really, really good movie. It's another one that could move up on my list if I rewatch it because I really, really enjoyed it quite a bit. I think I'm going to enjoy it even more on rewatch. It's if I just haven't gotten around to rewatching it yet. But it is really a great movie. Michael B. Jordan is just absolutely amazing in the two roles that he plays. All of the rest of the supporting cast are great too, especially Haley Steinfeld. She really stole the show too and everything, but I thought this was a really, really great movie. Ryan Coogler is hands down one of the best directors working nowadays too. I think he's just as good as Ari Aster and Robert Eggers and stuff. He's made some really amazing movies and everything. He did the Black Panther movies and Fruitvale Station, which is also a really great underrated movie, and he did the first Creed movie, which that one is probably my least favorite out of all of the ones he's done, but I've loved everything he's done, and this one is easily his best. I absolutely love Sinners. I almost said Fruitvale Station, which I do love that movie too, but this one is really, really good and everything. So more than likely you've seen it. Everybody knows this movie. Like, it is a very popular movie, and it's one of those movies that I can understand the popularity on because it is so good. So Sinners is number 10, and number 9 is Thunderbolts, or also known as The New Avengers. I absolutely love this movie. I really enjoyed it a lot when I saw it the first time, but then I've seen it a few other times since then and everything, all in the theater. I saw it like 3 or 4 times in the cinema, and I gotta say, every time I've watched this movie, I just like it a little bit more. It's just a really, really good movie. The cast in here are all amazing. Everybody does a great job, although I will say David Harbour as Alexei is my favorite. He's just absolutely lovable and everything, and I just like David Harbour. I think he's a great actor and everything, but I also really like Yelena as well quite a bit, and US Agent is pretty good too and everything. He's a kind of a jerk, but he's still a likable jerk, and Bucky is pretty good too. It's amazing to see how far Bucky has come since Captain America: The First Avenger and everything. It's just really a good movie though. This was one of the best Marvel movies in a long time when it came out and everything. I feel like 2025 was a really good year for Marvel movies and stuff, because I feel like all 3 of them were great, and this one's no exception. So Thunderbolts is number 9, and number 8 is Weapons. I absolutely love this movie. Zach Cregger is one of my favorite new horror directors as well. He's only done this movie in 2022's Barbarian, which I absolutely love too, and everything. And I was very hyped for this movie. This was one of my most anticipated movies of the summer, and everything. And when I finally did see it, I was like, oh man, this movie is so good. Like it was one of the most satisfying movies of the year, because it was everything I wanted it to be, and while also not being fully what I expected it to be either. But I mean that in the best way possible. Like sometimes movies not being what you expect them to be sometimes works for the better, and sometimes it works for the worse. It just depends on the movie and everything. But this is one of the best examples of one that works for the better, because I didn't really know what to expect with this movie. I didn't know what they were doing with it. I kind of thought it was going to be like an alien abduction movie, but it went in a totally different way than I expected it to and stuff. So I will say though that I really enjoyed this movie. I thought it was really, really good, and I hope we get the Aunt Gladys prequel that they're talking about, and maybe even more movies in this universe. I wouldn't mind seeing more in here. I guess we'll just wait and see. But yeah, Weapons is number 8, and number 7 is You're Cordially Invited. This is another one that I saw on a couple of top 10 worst lists and everything, and I never understood the hate for this movie either. Like, I absolutely love this movie. Will Ferrell is one of my favorite comedians of all time, and one of my favorite comedy actors. I've always really loved him quite a bit. And then Reese Witherspoon is my favorite actress of all time. So putting them together, I knew I was going to like this movie. And even going in expecting to like it, I still liked it way more than I thought I was going to. I never expected I'd like it so much that it'd be this high on the list, but I really enjoyed this movie and everything. But also it's from a director that I really like too, Nicholas Stoller, who did Forgetting Sarah Marshall, which is one of my favorite comedy movies of all time as well. And I think this is one of the funniest movies of the decade for sure. It's really got a lot of good humor, heart. It's kind of predictable. It kind of feels like a throwback to like the early 2000s comedies and stuff. And I enjoyed it quite a bit. Like I love throwback movies to early 2000s comedies, because that's my favorite era of comedy and everything. That in the 90s. But I really enjoyed this movie quite a bit. I thought it was really, really great, and I highly recommend it if you're a fan of like Will Ferrell or Reese Witherspoon, because it is worth checking out for them alone, because they're both really good in this movie. So You're Cordially Invited is number 7, and number 6 is Final Destination Bloodlines. I absolutely love this movie. This is easily one of the absolute best movies in the franchise, which we haven't had one in, I think, 14 years when this one came out. And everything, it was 14 years since the last one, 25 years since the original. And I absolutely love this movie. This was one of the best theater experiences I had last year. I went to see it twice, and both of them were two of my favorite movie experiences of the year and everything, because it's just such a good movie. And it doesn't do anything different with the formula. Well, it does and it doesn't. Like it kind of does stuff differently while also sticking to the formula that we know and love from Final Destination and what we expect and everything. And I love that. I really love what they did with this movie and everything. And it was also a really good way to say goodbye to Tony Todd, who is most known for playing Candyman, but he's also probably second most known for playing the character that he plays in these movies. It's this mortician that knows a lot about death, and we kind of get some answers to how he knows about it and stuff. And his final line in the movie was like a goodbye to his fans and stuff, because he passed away right after making the movie. He knew that he wasn't going to be probably around to see the movie get released, I think. And it's just very, very heartfelt, and something you don't get in horror movies very much, but it's a very, very good movie. And I really love this one. Like, I'm a huge fan of the Final Destination franchise. It's one of my favorite horror franchises and everything. And this movie is just another reason why it is. Every single one of them are solid movies. Even the fourth one, which isn't even a great movie. It's more of a so bad it's good. Even that one I find to be really fun and enjoyable to watch, even though it's just not as good as the other ones and everything. But yeah, so Final Destination Bloodlines is number 6, and number 5 is The Fantastic Four: First Steps. I honestly thought this movie might make my number 1, but there were some movies that came out after this one that kind of took me by surprise and everything, and then a couple that I expected to be better, but this movie was just, I walked out fully satisfied. Like, I felt like it was the most satisfying Marvel movie I've been to since probably Spider-Man No Way Home. I absolutely love this movie. I've always wanted a really, really good Fantastic Four movie, like, ever since the 2005 one came out, and I know there is a huge fan base for that one, but I never understood that one. Like, me and my friends that were around my age, none of us really liked it, but I noticed, like, our younger siblings liked it and everything. But I was never big on the original Fantastic Four movies and everything with Chris Evans and stuff. The 2015 one is horrible and everything, although I don't think it's as bad as some people say, and I actually prefer it to the Chris Evans ones in some ways, but I also completely understand why people didn't like it, because it was a horrible adaptation of the Fantastic Four. So, like, even though I enjoy it, I get that one, but I always wanted, like, a really, really good version, and I don't feel like we've ever had one until this movie, The Fantastic Four: First Steps. It's just absolutely amazing and everything. It was everything I wanted an MCU Fantastic Four movie to be and everything, and it's not even set in the original MCU's world. It's on a different, set on a different world and everything, and I love that. Like, the world building they brought to this movie was amazing. If they were to start the MCU over with this world, that would be kind of cool, but also I understand why they couldn't do it that way, and why they really shouldn't. But I love these characters, and I can't wait to see them in Doomsday and see them react or interact with all the other characters and stuff. So I'm really excited for whatever they do with the Fantastic Four going forward, because I'm a huge fan of this version of these characters. All of the casting were amazing, and I just love it. So this movie also, I feel like, is one that has potential to move back up closer to the top and everything. The only reason it hasn't yet is I haven't rewatched it yet and everything. I think I'll rewatch it, might move up and everything. It could move down, but I doubt it and everything, because I really, really loved this movie and everything. I can't wait to rewatch it here pretty soon. So, The Fantastic Four: First Steps is number 5, and number 4 is Elio. This movie is one of the most frustrating movies of the year for me, because first, when I went to see it in the theater, I fell asleep, so I missed, like, most of the movie and everything. I liked what I had seen of it, but I was like, I know this movie is going to be really good just because from the little bit that I saw and everything. And when I finally rewatched it and got to see the whole movie, I just fell in love with it. And it is hands down one of the best movies of the year. And the reason why this movie frustrates me isn't anything to do with the movie itself. It's with the way it was reacted about. Like Disney didn't put any effort into promoting this movie, so it flopped hard and everything, while movies like Lilo and Stitch went on to make billions of dollars. And it annoys the crap out of me that a movie like this that is so well done, heartfelt, and original and stuff gets nothing, while movies like Lilo and Stitch get billions of dollars, because Disney would rather market those movies than their good original ones and everything. Because this is a great movie, and everyone who says Disney and stuff don't make original movies, this is exactly why they don't, is because movies like this that are amazing come out and y'all don't go see them and everything. So I it's just frustrating. The way the movie world is nowadays, it's frustrating. Like, the good movies flop and the bad ones make a lot of money. I just don't get it. But I love this movie. Elio is a really, really great story. If you haven't seen it, I would highly recommend it and everything. I think it's one of Pixar's best movies in a long time. In fact, I'd say it's their best one since Turning Red and everything. It's the first one that I've really, really loved in a long, long time from them and everything. Even though Elemental was really good too, and I liked Inside Out too quite a bit. But neither one of those were movies that I would say are some of Pixar's best or anything. I feel like Pixar's been kind of on a decline. I've kind of been with people on that lately, but I do feel like this movie is a step in the right directions, and I can't wait to see Hoppers next year. And even though I am kind of tired of the sequels, I also am extremely excited for Toy Story 5 and The Incredibles 3. So I'm not completely against them doing sequels. I just feel like they need to do them to ones that need it, like movies like Ratatouille and Coco. I just feel like don't need sequels, but this one was a really good movie. I don't know if I'd say this one needs a sequel either. It probably never will get one because it flopped too bad, but I wouldn't be totally against it either and everything. I think some of the newer ones deserve sequels more than the older ones, like Onward and stuff like that. But anyway, yeah, so Elio is number 4, and number 3 is The Smashing Machine. This is the new movie starring The Rock where he transforms himself into Mark Kerr, and who is a UFC fighter and everything, one of the first really big ones and everything. And this movie is kind of just about his early career and his substance abuse and the relationship he had with his girlfriend and his best friend and stuff. It's not like one of the most most original movies. Like it's kind of a paint by numbers biopic type movie, but I really enjoyed this one quite a bit. I think the performances in this movie were amazing, especially from The Rock, who gives the best performance he's ever given in any movie and everything. I think he was absolutely amazing in this movie, and Emily Blunt was too, and I really liked the chemistry between the two of them. Like, they were really great together in Jungle Cruise, but their chemistry was even more off the chart in this movie. Like, they were amazing together, and I can't wait to see the movie that they're doing with Martin Scorsese and Leonardo DiCaprio and everything. Seeing all of them working together, that's going to be interesting. But I'm a huge fan of The Rock. I have been ever since I was like 7 years old. And I've followed his career pretty much from the late 90s up until now. So I've been watching him kind of go on a decline and stuff, losing his popularity. And it's so sad that this movie flopped because of where he's at in his career right now and everything. I hope this doesn't discourage him and he doesn't just go back to making just blockbusters, because even though I absolutely adore his blockbusters and I'll go to him, be there day one, I want him to do more performances like this, because this movie really showed that he can be a really, really good actor. And I can't wait to see what he does next. And I love that he's taking acting seriously and everything. And a lot of it is because of his friendship with Emily Blunt, which just is awesome and everything. It's awesome that he has a friend like her to encourage him and everything. So I absolutely love this movie. So The Smashing Machine, I really hope that he at least gets nominated for an Oscar. I don't know that he deserves to win because of Michael B. Jordan and Sinners. I personally think that's going to be the one that deserves to win and everything out of the movies I've seen this year. But I do say that he was really, really good in this movie. So I really hope that he at least gets nominated. And if he wins, that would be totally awesome. I'm not against it whatsoever. But I also understand this is his first really big dramatic performance. He ain't gonna just win out the gate like that. Not very many people do. So if he does, that's a feat in and of itself. But it would be crazy to think that he would have won. If he does, he would have won an Oscar before Johnny Depp, which would be insane to me. But Anyway, I absolutely love the Smashing Machine. If you haven't seen it, I'm not really into UFC and everything, and I enjoyed the movie quite a bit, so you might be able to enjoy it. If you're a fan of The Rock, though, this is a must-see, because this is, like I said, this is something completely new and different for him, that it's something that any fan of The Rock should see and everything. So, anyway, it's number 3. And number 2 is Wicked for Good. I honestly expected this to be my favorite movie of the year because of how much I loved the first Wicked. I've seen the play, so I knew what was going to happen in this one and everything. I knew that, like, the second half wasn't quite as strong as the first half, but it was still really good. Put them together, though, they make a great whole. And I gotta say that they did a very, very good job with this movie, and it was just as good as I was expecting it to be. The only reason it's not number 1 is because my number 1 totally took me by surprise, and I'll talk about that in a minute, but this movie is a really great conclusion to the Wicked story. I do wish that they would have done things different from the play and stuff, and actually showed more of Dorothy and Tin Man Scarecrow line and stuff, but also I understand why they didn't, because the movie is supposed to be Elpha and Glinda's story. So I also understand why they didn't do it the way they did and everything. The new songs that were added in here I really loved, especially the No Place Like Home. It's really, really good. And the For Good song, oh man, it's so beautiful, and had me bawling my eyes out when they were singing that when I saw it in the theater. It's just so heartbreaking, but such a beautiful song too. And it's just a really, really, really great movie and everything. And it's barely number 2, but my number 1 movie took me by surprise more than any movie this year. Everything. And my number 1 movie of 2025 is Good Fortune. This is one of the absolute funniest movies I have seen in a long time and everything. It's raunchy while also still having a ton of heart, which is something that you don't get very often nowadays. Like, it's not as raunchy as, like, say, 4-Year-Old Virgin and some of the Knocked Up and some of the ones from the early 2000s. It doesn't quite have that kind of raunch and stuff. It's still really funny though, but there's also a maturity to it and everything, and it also makes you think and everything. It's like kind of a thought-provoking movie. It's like taking the movies Trading Places and It's a Wonderful Life and mashing them together, and what you get is a really, really amazing movie. And it's more comedy than it is drama, but it does take its time to be serious when it needs to be and everything. All of the characters are likable in here. Seth Rogen starts off as this really big, unlikable douchebag, and by the time the movie's over, you can't help but love him too. And I really love that too. Like, all of the characters have their own little arcs and everything, and it has good messages about just enjoying where you're at in your life instead of like wishing about what could be and stuff. Just enjoy what you have. And it's just a really, really great movie. Great message. Awesome story, amazing cast. Aziz Ansari directs the movie as well as starring in it, and he's great. Keke Palmer is amazing in here too. She's very likable and lovable, and she's just one of my favorite actresses. I've always liked her and everything, and she's gorgeous too. And like I said, Seth Rogen, he starts off unlikable. At first I was like, man, this is one of his most unlikable characters, and then by the time the movie ended, I was like, I take it back, this is actually one of his best characters in a very, very long time and everything. And then, of course, the standout of the movie, the one that steals the show from everybody, that you would never expect to steal the show in a comedy movie, was Keanu Reeves. Like, I never expected him to be so good in this movie, but he was amazing. And I absolutely hope that we get more with him. Like, he was so amazing that I think he deserves an Oscar for this movie. Like, this was one of my favorite performances I've ever seen of him, and I've been a huge fan of Keanu Reeves since I was like a kid. I don't even remember how old I was when I first started watching his stuff. Like, I grew up with Bill and Ted and Speed and The Matrix and Johnny Mnemonic, or whatever, however you say that. I always get that one's name wrong. I can't remember the name of it because I haven't seen it in so long, but I did like that one a lot. And there was just so many other great movies that he was in that I watched growing up and everything. And to see him play this type of character that just really fits this wholesome personality that he has in real life just was perfect and everything. So Good Fortune is easily my favorite movie of 2025. I absolutely love it and everything, and I'd be lying if I said anything else topped it this year, because it was exactly what I wanted. It was one of the best experiences I've had in the movie theaters in a long time, probably, and for a comedy movie especially. Like, the last comedy movie I really had a great experience with was Strays a couple years ago and everything, and before that I don't even remember. Like, this comedy just is not very good nowadays, but this movie and Strays both got it right, and I hope we start getting more movies like both of them. Everything. Unfortunately, this movie flopped hard. Another one that I just don't understand why all these good movies are flopping, but the bad remakes and sequels make billions of dollars. It annoys me. Everyone says they're tired of remakes and sequels. It's like, if y'all are so tired of it, prove it. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I also want to say I'm not against remakes and sequels. I'm really not. I just am against bad remakes and sequels. It's getting old. It's like they're not putting effort into them anymore. If you want to make them, at least do something different with the remakes, enough to make it where it stands on its own. Don't do shot for shot or do such drastic changes that it ruins the story. Keep the heart of the story, but also make it different. And sequels and everything, you just gotta learn when to stop. Sometimes you have to just stop and everything, and that's a reference to Jurassic Park and Jurassic World. But anyway, I don't want to get into rant on those, but I just wanted to say that I'm not against them. I just think that they need to do better on certain ones, and certain franchises need to just be done. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I know it's pretty long, and everything is longer than a lot of my typical videos, but I really wanted to do this one justice and stuff, and I look forward to doing more videos and stuff. I had a lot of fun doing this one and everything, so hopefully we'll get some more rankings going and stuff. Everything, and I'm planning on starting my top 10 Tuesdays again and stuff. Although it might not be top 10 Tuesdays, I might just drop the list randomly on whatever day I want to drop them on. Might not be just on a Tuesday, but I'm planning on starting to do top 10 lists and stuff more too, because I enjoy doing them as well. But anyway, let me know in the comments what you think of this list. If you want, tell me your top 25 favorites. If you don't want to do 25, tell me your top 10 or your top 5, however many you want to do, or just tell me your favorite movie of the year. And I hope you enjoyed this video, and thank you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe, and have a good day.